500 likes for the scariest videos found on the internet. Let's talk about the story of a man who goes by the name Nagaria and his bone-chilling experience with his newly equipped apartment next to a guy who's called Asha. I'm also just as surprised as you are to hear this introduction. As it stands, it's the most regular and natural introduction I have given to a video in a long while. Now, who is this Nagaria guy? Why is he experiencing ghostly hauntings? Why did he decide to move into this new apartment? Did his parents kick him out? And when will you take a shower? All these interesting questions cannot be answered, as the lady who uploaded these tapes doesn't seem to have gone into details about the reason behind the house haunting this dude has been experiencing. But what about your shower? When will you take it? When the water flows strongly? Nagaria is a man who works as a tricycle driver for a relative of the lady who uploaded the tapes. How interesting. Tell us more. Well, this guy got to meet his neighbor Asha, the guy who had no chill. Did he go one-on-one immediately in the bedroom? Why so forbidden? Why do all scenarios have to end with two people making out? These two just became friends, but their friendship didn't seem to have lasted longer than mine. The next day, or 2 days later, Asha started avoiding him, as if he sensed something off about the guy. We told you Nagaria wasn't into women. That wasn't the reason. It's either that Asha sensed a demonic possession inside of him or that he was the one who sent his demons to possess the guy. Later on, Nagaria started experiencing the paranormal, from the chair moving to the bag sliding over the bed while the door closes.
Video lang. Makita tayo. Tingnan nyo guys ha. Nandiyan na siya. Nandiyan na. Nandiyan na siya. Nandiyan na. Nandiyan na. Gumalaw yung bangko. Ay! Ano ba yan? Bakit ganito dito? Hindi na ko pa yan naririnig ah. Ting 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 ting. Ting 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 ting. Ting ting ting. Video lang tayo. Matakot na dito. Puyat ako dito. Mapupuyat ako.
It's also said that Nagaria has experienced even more terrifying activities off camera, like a shadow figure appearing to him and the sounds of someone walking outside his room. Why does the cool stuff only happen when no one is paying attention? The next investigation takes us on a ride of horror to an unknown world of outcomes where no one can find the right explanation for or have the heart to stay brave in the face of all the darkness that lies inside this abandoned house of demons. How is that for a creepy intro? Cringe and unnecessary, you say? I wouldn't say anything else. Here is Lucas, the man with the heart of a lion. Is that so? Yeah, the guy had heart implant surgery in order to stay alive, and somehow they were able to knock it off by using the heart of the king of beasts. That's unbelievably ridiculous. I know, that's why my wife couldn't stand me for more than 3 months. Back to Lucas. As he was on his way inside the house, the door shut on his face so hard that my neighbor felt it and called the police on me for disrespecting him. How creepy. When he was finally able to invade the house. Are you still talking about the police your neighbor called on you? Nah dude, I meant the investigator, Lucas. He found a coffin in one of the rooms. So he met his fate. Not only that, but he also walked right towards it. Why are you so dark? Before he was able to know what was hidden inside that coffin, a couple more paranormal activities had to prevent him from a chair walking to the precious old TV falling face first. But then, the coffin opened its cover after a long stare with a huge spider, and what was found inside was definitely not to be messed with. So here comes the Undertaker then. Don't be so gullible, just some fire ignited out of nowhere.
Caramba, cê é louco, mano. Minha nossa. Caramba, pessoal, senti um ar horrível vindo na minha direção. Cara, cê é louco, pessoal. Cê é louco, mano. Minha nossa, cara, vocês viram isso, cara? Cê é louco, velho. Minha nossa, mano. Cara, cê é louco. Com licença. Cara, cê é louco, pessoal. Que coisa ruim. Minha nossa. Cara, minha nossa, mano. Caramba, velho. Cê é louco, mano. Eu não tô acreditando no que eu tô vendo aqui, velho. Opa. Caramba, cara. Cê é louco, mano. Ah, não, velho. Cê é louco, pessoal. Minha nossa, mano. Nossa, cara, olha isso, mano. Puta que cê é louco, mano. Cê é louco, mano. Nossa, cara, minha nossa, mano. Cara, cê é louco, pessoal. Cara, eu preciso me afastar daí, mano. Caramba, pessoal. Que isso, mano. É um negócio horrível, mano. Cara, nem... Cê é louco, mano. Que isso, pessoal. Olha só a força do negócio, velho. Cara, é pra entrar de novo aí, velho. Minha nossa, mano. Louco, mano. Minha nossa, velho. Caramba, pessoal. Que é isso, mano? Nossa, cara, olha isso. Que é isso, mano? Minha nossa, velho. Ai, caramba. Opa. Cara, não é fácil ficar aqui não, velho. Não é fácil não, mano. Cara, cê é louco, mano. Minha nossa, cara. Opa. Ah, não. Pessoal, é o seguinte, vou fazer uma filmagem pra cá. Pessoal, o cheiro é daqui, ó. Que é isso? Esse mal tá muito daquilo lá, pessoal. Tá muito daquilo. Olha isso. Nossa, cara. Achei horrível aqui, ó. Cara, não acredito que isso aconteceu, mano. Que é isso, mano? Minha nossa. Cê é louco, cara. Que isso, pessoal? Cara, que é isso, pessoal? Dá uma olhada. Que é isso, mano? Que é isso? Minha nossa, mano. Cara, olha isso, pessoal. Cara, vocês estão vendo isso, mano? Cara, dá uma olhada nisso aqui, pessoal. Eu não tô acreditando no que eu tô vendo, mano. Cara, olha só, cara. Ah, não, mano. Você é louco, velho. Chega, mano. Chega, velho. Pra mim deu, velho.
I was also waiting for some hands to come out of that coffin, but you know what they say, not all dreams come true. They also said, no dreams come true. Maybe they were talking about the dreams we have when we sleep. This next one is a long-ass video that might just send you into the dream realm. So grab a very hot cup of coffee and throw it on the closest person to you. Let them know how hot hell could be. This video is said to be the most famous possessing video in Portugal back in 2001. And I'm not saying anything else. But all I'm saying, the only thing that was very well known back in 2001 was the 9 double-digit boom. It turned out there was a more important incident taking place somewhere else in the world. A group of teens were all in the house by themselves alone, such brave souls. It starts like any old teens tape. Fooling around, all wearing shorts, buzz haircuts, and playing some PlayStation 1. I'm about to tear up. That day they decided to make a demonic ritual session. How and why are questions I don't dare to ask. So here is how it went down. At first, you may think that the guy who fell was the beginning of the tragedy. Unfortunately, he was acting, but you know what? His acting was way more convincing than the actual quote-unquote real possessing. So after the incident finally took place and our friend Cristiano Ronaldo fell on his face, we get to the real shit, the plot of this pointless story. He starts acting like a Karen in a random mall when she sees a normal black dude minding his own business, and she starts choking and screaming. The man even tried to rape a cat. Like they already dealt with enough headaches with other cats. And yeah, it's just a crazy guy.
Mano, o que é isto? Dá aí umas voltinhas. É pô. Está aí o gato. E eu estou a atropio do caraças.
Você já sabe como é que é, não é?
Aí uma estrela do ninja, mano. Os ninjas andam aí outra vez.
Eles andam aí. Vai.
Olha, vamos ao meu quarto, vamos ao meu quarto. Olha, vou desligar isto, pronto. Vá, fiquem bem e não fiquem possuídos antes do tempo, hein? Tchau. Vá, tchau. Olá.
Olá.
Tantos meninos.
Isto aqui é uma beca, uma sessão externa, um gajo está aqui no meio.
Olha, ouçam, agora tem que se concentrar. E tipo, tem que pensar, chamar alguém de bom. Porque tipo, é chato ver alguém de mau, que eu já vi uma cena um bocado chata.
Vai, está-se fixe, opa.
Pronto, já, a sério, vá, fecha os olhos. Ah, é verdade, se o Nelson, por exemplo, não cair, tentem não largar as mãos.
Força. Se eu cair.
Vá, a sério, concentra.
Vai, está-se fixe.
Se isto demorar muito tempo, eu desligo, que isto eu já vi cenas a demorar muito tempo antes da primeira.
Não gostei.
Vou focar o Nelson. Ih, foi rápido ou quê?
Não larga.
Não está a usar, caralho.
Não está a usar?
André, não larga.
Chegou, pá, sério, eu também houve uma vez que eu pensava que estava... Não, isto é bué da... Fogo, nunca é tão rápido normalmente.
Não falar sério, rapaz.
Não largamos.
Opa, sério, calma, a sério, não larguem mesmo, não larguem. Porque é um bocado... Não, isto não deve ser isso, não sei. Nelson! Estás aí, Nelson? Oh, Nelson, está aí alguém?
Nelson!
Oh, olha, grande merda. Oh, meu, sério. Então, ai o caraças, ó destino. Destino.
Nem vos conseguiu, nem vos
Merda,
conseguiu.
foste, não há, opa, a sério, não há.
Não vos conseguiu, não vos conseguiu.
Como eu foste,
Espera aí, ó, André. Espera aí, ó, olha aí.
Mas é verdade, meu Deus.
Opa, calma-se. Destino, opa, não brinques tu também, meu.
Deixa eu ver,
Mas é o meu, foi.
Destino,
Ainda mais gajo não sabe.
opa, calma-se mesmo, assim. Destino.
Sustino.
Mas,
Já vais, mete um
opa, não, é no momento só.
Outra vez.
mete um gozo do caralho.
Destino.
Destino. Céu, céu. Olha aí. Céu. Céu.
Olha a casa, depois eu...
Assim, olha a carpete, pá, vais não deixar. Destino.
Não, vou também não tocar.
Opa, calma-se, fosca-se. E o que é esta merda?
Céu. Olha aí, olha aí. Espíritos prontos.
Celestino.
Demônios, não me dei.
Ó, Celestino, caralho, foda-se.
Céu, céu. Não chama algo a ti.
O gajo também está a falar.
Céu. Céu.
Opa, não lhe toque, caraças, diz.
Oh, meu Deus.
Olha as costas dele, meu. Olha as costas dele. Oh, meu, fosca-se. Merda, fosca-se. Onde é que ele foi, caraças? Merda, a sério, fosca-se. Esperem aí, esperem. Merda.
Vamos fechar a porta.
Merda, o que é isso, caraças?
Fecha a porta.
Fosca-se. Esta merda não tem night vision, meu. Isto não tem night vision. Fosca-se. Olha o Nelson. Fosca-se. Segura esta... Oh, Celestino, tu estás a brincar, é uma merda, hã? Não estás a gozar. Celestino, fosca-se. Caraças. Opa, sério, onde é que é o night vision? Mostra-me lá. Opa, o que... Opa, merda, onde é que veio o caraças? Opa, calma, a sério, tenham calma. Opa, calma, calma. O que é isso?
Olha, negócios mais.
Oh, caralho, o que é que... Merda. Oh, merda, o que é que eu vou fazer com o gato? Oh, merda, merda.
Céu. Céu, és tu.
Céu, não falem, caraças. Piu, fiquem todos quietos. Fiquem todos quietos, caraças. Fiquem todos quietos. É o meu irmão. O que é que ele faz? O que é que ele faz? Mesmo, deixa-me filmar a cara dele. Piu, calmem-se. Deixa-me ver bem a cara dele. Não se mexam. Opa, merda, é o meu irmão. É o meu irmão, foda-se, caraças. E o que é que ele está a fazer? Não, podia ser. É para o que a gente faz. É para não sei.
Gosta de vir para aqui.
Eu faço barulho. Está ainda. Ah, não lembro-se. Havia uns na rua, havia, não havia? Havia. E acho que a luz estava acesa. E agora vem saiu. Espera aí, o que é isto? O que é que se passa, caralho? O que é isto?
Abre isto, meu.
Oh, meu, poxa. Opa, merda, vamos embora. Fosca-se. Vamos para a marquise e vamos fechar as portas todas. Podes. Olha, fosca-se. O que é isto, fosca-se? E a merda, vamos embora.
4 minutos para.
Opa, bicho, não fazes barulho. Bicho, eu estou a ouvir. Merda. Espera aí. Oi. O que é esta merda?
Vês?
Oh, meu, a sério.
Aí, mano.
Espera aí, bicho. Espera aí, eu tenho que ver se a porta está aberta. Se a porta... Vamos por aqui. Epá, ainda estou a ver luz.
Não vejo nada.
Acendam luz depois.
Quando é que...
Olha, o meu irmão, fosca-te! Despacha-te! Vamos embora por aí, em frente. Oh merda, fosca-se! Merda, pá, vamos.
Indeed, the purpose of these shenanigans remains a mystery. It's clear they're not engaged in a college project. These individuals seem far too young for that. The oldest among them barely reaches the size of my leg. And it's worth noting that social media wasn't even a thing back then. Maybe it has been such a long time since I last saw these two investigating a place that doesn't have anything to do with some old abandoned house in the middle of nowhere. In fact, it has been 2 years at this point since I last saw them exploring a different type of place. But here they are today, fulfilling my dreams. So, that's as far as you can dream. Some dudes on the internet investigating a different location than the ones you're familiar with. I had bigger dreams when I was younger, but they all went out of this world. Now back to Shahid and his friend, whom I finally found the name of, Karam. It's not very easy to remember, but let's keep going. As they were about to have a small conversation about who would drive the car on their way back home, they heard a sound coming from the back, as if something just moved. Then the door slammed very aggressively, and it was also seen swinging not so long after. But we were not done there, as one of them got pushed back very lightly, but he couldn't take the joke with a grain of salt, so he fell with deep emotions of anger flowing inside of him. Rugs were seen flying. Well, it was only one rug that flew off its place, but there was also a notebook that was sent flying. The table moved, and the couch also joined the party. But what about the title on screen? What does it mean? Is it some type of black sorcery? Well, son, it's not that deep. In fact, it was just something one of the investigators said during the video that I found funny.
ये देखें, इधर है, ये देखें, ये ऐसे अल्लाह शाहिद इधर इस जगह पर मुझे इनकी फिज़िकली जिस तरीके से आपको कोई एहसास हो रहा है कि पीछे 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 देख कौन चल रहा है? ओए अपना कैमरा प्लेस करते हैं। नॉक हुआ है, नॉक हुआ है। खुरम कुछ भी नहीं है। ये पीछे पीछे आपको खुरम कोई चीज़ बाहर नहीं है, कोई चीज़ बाहर नहीं है यार, इधर से कोई चीज़ दरवाज़ा ये क्या और उसी टाइम में कोई जैसे वो भारी से नहीं होता इंसान बाहर गया, वो दरवाज़ा बंद हुआ। जैसे ये पर्दा आपके ऊपर से ऐसे आया ना और सेम ये पूरा खुला था। आप सही बात कर रहे थे, लेकिन मैं दरवाजे के अंदर से वो गई है, जैसे हवा गुजर जाती है ना। कोई है, अल्लाह अकबर। लगा ठीक तो अल्लाह अकबर। हमारे साथ इस वक्त कोई मौजूद है। हो शाहिद, ये तो देखें देखें बाहर बाहर देखें। कैमरा अलग अलग लगाने की बजाय तो हम खुद ही अलग अलग रूम में चले जाते हैं। जब एक्टिविटी अलग अलग हो रही है तो क्यों ना हम खुद उसको, अल्लाह अकबर अल्लाह अकबर।
ख्याल रखा हुआ है लेकिन ना ही जाले हैं। ओए कौन है, कौन है?
बिल्कुल मेरे पास कोई है। जैसे मैं घूम रहा हूँ मेरे साथ साथ कोई चीज़ घूम रही है। ये आवाज़ सुन रहे हैं आप? जैसे कोई बहुत गुस्से के अंदर।
डस्ट देख रहे हैं? ये मैं इसी डस्ट की बात कर रहा हूँ कि ये डस्ट बिल्कुल ऐसे, ओए अल्लाह अकबर, हो ये यहाँ से उड़ के ऐसे, ओए अल्लाह अकबर। आपने जानमाज देकर मारा है। ओए एंटर हो और गुस्से में आके आप, आप मुझे मुसलमान नहीं लग रहे। ये जानमाज इधर रखा हुआ था और ये बड़ी हैरानकुन बात है आप।
I still have no explanation for why he had to zoom in when the rug was sent flying. Was there someone hiding there that you didn't want us to see? Are you so frightened by the scary ability of spicy horror to catch you off guard, as if he knows who I am? The next video was not meant to be seen by anyone other than the ones who taped it. Then why is it here? Why did they send it to you? To the one person who has no respect for anything or anyone. Now you're disrespecting me and misjudging me too. I'm a kind person after all. So first of all, I was never sent anything. This next video is published by the Fourth Wall channel on YouTube, which means I hold no value towards those who legitimately own the tape. They can even stomp on my face and I will have to like it obligately. Second of all, I just made up the part where no one was supposed to see the clips. Then what is it, for God's sake? Just get to the point. Calm down, you're becoming more like my neighbor. We have a dude living in his haunted apartment. At first, he seemed to be doing just fine with the paranormal activity around him. It wasn't that intense, just a door opening on its own and the chair moving. But then it started to take an even more aggressive approach when they threw his favorite cup of glass to the floor. If I were in his place, I would have done something about that, like leave the house and never return as an example. You really want me to fight against an invisible, scary force with my bare hands? Later on, this innocent dude seems to start getting affected by it. As if possessed, he would talk and fight with the air, as if he were to be arguing with someone. Even without possession, I usually behave like that on a regular day-to-day basis. Why expose myself to the audience, you say? Just to show you that someone's lifestyle could be your regular lifestyle. Some time ago, I featured a man named Chris who calls himself a skateboard. And ever since then, he actually became a real-life skateboard. And he also captured some new paranormal activities. Let's start with the basics. How to walk. I mean, the Ouija boards, because remember kids, if things are poltergeist enough in your house, you can always make things worse. Just bring a Ouija board. And that's what Chrissy did. He also brought his brother to play with him. To play the Ouija board, not something else, you sick-minded. After that night, things have never been the same. Actually, they were just as they used to be. But now some clicking sounds can be heard. And the camera stand forgot its purpose, which is to hold the camera and stand. Chris's sink faucet decided to increase his bills. This poor man. Even his favorite water bottle doesn't want to be held by him anymore. And to fix things up, Chris decided to invite his family over. Not for a dinner and not for a party, but rather to experience his special pleasure. And I'm talking about his house haunting. And they didn't disappoint. Why? What did they do? They gave us fair reactions to the activity. To be clear, they just encountered two very generic activities. Cabinet door opening, and some little kid moaning. Or more like a woman who is still new to her job, and it's her first time acting like she is getting smashed. Don't make me explain any further, or YouTube will give me some hard times. I just have to talk about one more thing before I let you go. I slept with your mom. Because I sleep at night, and she sleeps at night, so technically, we did sleep together. I mean like we slept at the same time. And his dog looks like a djinn.
It's like the second time tonight.
Last time, he was knocked out.
I'm not. He wait.
He was knocked out. He took me just when I woke up. We pulled up and heard the dog bark, so he was like, "What that be?"
I'm not scared.
You look just like your daddy.
They're twins.
So now, why you do all that? Why you do that? I'll be sad. I'll be right back.
Oh my god. Holy hell. James, that cabinet door just flew open. I literally saw it. Holy shit.
You okay?
I watched it open and it flew.
good? You wanna like leave?
I'm okay. It's just like, what?
You got me over here getting like goosebumps.
I literally like watched it do this. Boom. Bang.
My heart is pounding.
You should be the one in here watching it. Chris, don't be playing.
How you gonna greet me like this if I come up in here?
How do you think I felt?
I don't know.
Oh. Chris better come get his friend. Woo. Oh.
Hang out.
I heard it, but I didn't see it. I still hear it. You can hear that, can't you? I can. Sound like tapping. Everybody's like, oh, it's the hutch. It's the hutch. A lot of y'all's gonna be mad at me, but me and my cousin broke this out. Messed with it last night.
Sex on a Ouija board. Oh boy.
We did it the proper way, though. I know this is a kid's toy, but y'all don't understand the kind of shit y'all's getting into when y'all fuck with this. At least some people don't.
What I intended to convey at the end of my introduction is that this dog refused to be left out of the action, persistently barking outside. It's reminiscent of my younger self. When I sought attention, I'd simply raise my voice. When you want to take a nap, you always need to think of two things: where to take that nap and where that nap will take you. These are some of the wisest quotes I have made in my whole life, and if you think about them, they hold so many meanings. Really? How so? And you dare to ask such a wise man? But in all seriousness, when taking a nap, you want to be as comfy as possible in a place where you feel like nothing can harm you. That's why the other day, I took a nap near the street of some of the most dangerous gangsters in the area. But why sleep on the streets? When you grow up, you will understand. And the second rule of taking a nap is thinking of the outcomes. What if the nap took you long enough that when you wake up, you are no longer able to sleep at night? Your sleeping schedule is ruined. And what if you wake up only to later find that you have been possessed? Which takes us to our next point, where we will talk about Shiro, Uchin, and the third investigator. I always find it hard to find the third guy's name in the group. They went to investigate a building that seems to be a hospital, but for some reason, it doesn't look completely like one. Shiro and his friend go to investigate the lower floor while Uchin takes a nap upstairs. How ridiculously lazy. And it gets even scarier as this dude keeps being woken up to some weird sounds and knockings, sometimes even feeling as if someone is right beside him. But where he was sleeping, an orb was caught flying around and a shadow figure appeared in the mirror. He later had enough and finally decided to step out. He put the camera down on the sink where he captured the shadow of something moving in the background. Now that's chilling, but what about the other two? They found some pigeons and a woman in red staring at them. How sexy.
マジっすか。ドームみたいな音上から。聞こえましたね。ここやばいのが7階とあれですか、手術室でしたっけ？
ありますけど、初めてやったんですけど、めっちゃ怖いっすね、これ。
うわ、ほんまっすね。今カタンって言いましたね。そうっすよね。ほら。ほら。
もうびっくりしたな、なんなん？はい。
うっちゃん寝てる？
ちょっと待って、もう。あかん、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、うわぁ、ちょっと、舐めてたアイマスク。
なんか薄く反応しますね。ちょっと待って、後ろ。今ガタンって言いましたよ。確かにかすかにガタンとはなって。誰もいないですよね。ちょっと見に行きません？僕結構はっきり聞こえたんで。待って、それなんか言ってる。
ちょっと、びっくりした、もう。いや、先言いました。
うちゃん、大丈夫ですか？
どうした？いや、音が怖い。物音。
歩く音は鳴ってない。
ちょっと。
うわ。え？なんで？これはおかしい。待って、黒すぎる。目ん玉くり抜かれてます。こんなのありました？これなんか前うっちゃんが言ってた気がしますね。待って、声聞こえる。 当たりました今？当たってないです。いやだってこの距離ですよ俺。確かに。めっちゃ音しましたよ。は？なんもないな。
ピアノの音聞こえる。シロさん。リーダー。
ちょっと電話します。ちょっと電話します。また鳴ってる。これブラックライトあります？
そうっすね、一回やってみましょうか。
待って。どうしたんですか？
電気消えました。そうそう、電気持ってないんですか？
いや、さっき消えちゃってこれ。
なんかないですか、つけれるもの。めっちゃ怖いんですけど。
ちょっとカメラ貸してもらっていいですか？
はい。
ナイトショットなんで。見えな。ちょっと待って。なんで消えたのこれ。
うわ、ちょっと待って、めっちゃ騒がれた。ちょっと待ってください。ちょっと待って。どこ行きます？シロさん行きましょう。ちょっと早く行きましょう。うわ、ちょっと待って。痛い。シロさん、一回ちょっとこっち来れます？来てください。見えん方向から腕下がってますよ。カメラですね。いや、やばい。電気ないですか？
ちょっとそれ、ちょっといけるんで、ちょっとしてもらっていいですか？行きましょう。はい。
僕、こっちに行くんで、ちょっと早く出てですね。
行きましょう。
ちょっと待って。なんでしまった？うっちゃんごめん、めっちゃ足を切るのだ。でもちょっと、行こう。うっちゃん、ちょっと行ってくれ。なんで
触ったんじゃない？
閉じ込められてるやん。
これと触ったとかじゃないの？
じゃあ、ちょっと行こう。どこ？そんな、勝手にちょっと、
これ、また鳴ってる。これブラックライトあります？
そうっすね、一回やってみましょうか。
They said that this lady in red could be the mother of a child who lost his life inside this hospital. And how did they find out about this information? Speculations, I guess, plus the fact that they have encountered her once before in a different investigation. Ahmed has brought a sheik with him to this abandoned old house to investigate the jinn who have taken over the place for only God knows how long. The dude was terrified of something called the bathroom on that property, so he wouldn't even dare step close to it. But the sheik had no issue speed running through the place head on. Before they got inside, we spent a fair amount of time outside. Really? What did you talk about? I'm glad you asked, but I got rejected in front of many people after proposing to her. She said I came out with you because you said you had a serious issue to discuss with me, and we just met at work yesterday. But in the case of Ahmed and the sheik, they were outside, watching over the house, hearing some sounds coming from the inside, as if a door was being slammed, and it turned out to be true. How outrageous. We later see the door opening by itself in real-life slow mode. When we finally get inside, the process begins. And I won't make any corny jokes here because I'm already too exhausted from not sleeping. The sheik started his job trying to expel the demons, while the other recorded all the possible paranormal activities, but it was all pouring into one jar. What jar are you talking about? The jar we use for soup. I meant that the activities were all focused on the bathroom and its door. It was so aggressively slamming back and forth, while other banging sounds can be heard throughout the video. Ahmed tried to rush in, but the sheik stopped him, giving the one who was there enough time to leave. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the jinn, of course.
ما في احد جوا مطلقا.
مستحيل مستحيل.
كله مسكر كان الصوت كان.
سمعت الصوت؟ هاي
ما في صوت.
ايش؟
جوا الصوت.
جوا بس هناك.
روح لهناك.
تعال شوف شيخ بسرعة 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 بسرعة. اقسم بالله الباب هذا الشباك اللي انكسر لما انحشرت بالغرفة هاي. الباب كان اللي يخبط شيخ. الباب فتح. شفت؟
ايوه حمام؟
ما بعرف. هذا حمام.
يغادر هذا المكان الآن المطبخ. حمام
شيخ.
حمام
هاي قدام عيونك. هسه كنا عنده. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أنت بس ما تخاف.
ماشي ماشي.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.
شيخ والله الحمام بتحرك. بيفتح والله بيفتح.
الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
هاي شيخ. هاي ماشي حاضر. بدون ضوء. هاي من ضوء. هاي شيخ فتح. شفتوا؟
الله أكبر.
فتح قدام عيونك.
الله أكبر.
تعال والله ما في حدا.
لأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا أشتاتا أشتاتا.
أيوة
أشتاتا 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 يروا أعمالهم. الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أيوة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
العب.
وانت الأسود.
هات.
هاي.
والله.
بسم الله الرحمن. إن الله سيبطله 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 إن الله.
أيوة.
إن الله سيبطله إن الله سيبطله إن الله سيبطله إن الله سيبطله ما تخاف. إن وحفظا من كل شيطان مارد 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 وحفظا من كل شيطان مارد.
الله أكبر.
وحفظا من كل شيطان مارد وحفظا من كل شيطان مارد وحفظا من كل شيطان مارد.
الله أكبر.
دحورا
شيخ
دحورا
الباب سكر.
دحورا ولهم عذاب واصب إلا من خطف الخطفة فأتبعه شهاب ثاقب. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألق ما في يمينك.
سمعت الصوت قدامي.
ألق ما في يمينك. تذكر ما صنعوا. كيد ساحر.
الله أكبر.
كيد ساحر.
بسم الله. ايش؟ طلع.
ليش تروح؟
بسم الله.
ليش تروح؟ ما تروح.
بسم الله. والله بدهم ايانا نفوت جوا. والله بدهم ايانا.
The sheik just didn't allow that man to fulfill his dreams when he was at his peak and his adrenaline had hit its limits inside his body. If he had just allowed him to go in there at that moment, we would have seen a different man, either a possessed one or an even tougher version. You know what's peculiar about churches? It's that even those who frequent them sometimes sense an eerie undercurrent, a lingering possibility of hauntings. I'd bet that many churches experience paranormal phenomena regularly, yet they go unnoticed due to the absence of security cameras. Those were my parting words to my Christian boss before he let me go. I had suggested installing security cameras, but he refused, and we parted ways like a somber couple. Weeks later, he phoned me, surprising me. "What changed your mind after all the animosity?" I asked. He apologized, revealing that the church in Massachusetts had witnessed chilling events over the past few weeks after my departure. Consequently, it had been shuttered, and the priest, who had witnessed some of these terrifying incidents, had been relocated to another church. My boss wrapped up with a plea: "Please, we need you to investigate this case. If you do, you'll return with a promotion." Now, let me tell you something. This could very well be the motivation behind the two individuals in the next video exploring the church. It's an ominous place, and just to clarify, the story about its closure is not fabricated. Inside, they stumbled upon maggots on the floor, with an unsettling aura all around. Then, they heard whispers, clear enough for both them and our audience to hear. These voices seemed to emanate from behind a curtain, yet no one was there. What followed was a spine-tingling display of paranormal activity, prompting them to flee, accompanied by ominous bangings in the lead up to that moment.
Okay. This place has been abandoned for like 3 months, I think.
Oh my god, yes. Okay. Let's go. Yep. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
There's a light on.
The light's the everlasting light. It's in every church. It's always supposed to be on. It's freezing, actually. Oh. Maggots?
it smells. Oh my god. I'm trying to step on it. Boy. That was disgusting. Let's go upstairs. What?
I'm just kidding. Okay.
What is that? Oh my god. Hold up.
Give me that. Let me see your face.
Dude, you gotta be quiet. Pull this out. No, I hear something. I heard something.
Get out.
I don't know.
I swear what the fuck.
Something.
Oh my. Move.
I genuinely believe this is authentic. Firstly, what on earth are those maggots doing there? The chapel has only been shut down for about 4 months or so. Moreover, closing a chapel, of all places, that decision had to be motivated by significant reasons, inevitably leading us to the supernatural aspects of this situation. Now here is the question, who did you see blinking? And why are you acting as if it's a weird phenomenon, as if you only discovered it yesterday? But how did you know that? Maybe if you are so good at guessing, how about you guess what the next video will be all about? We have a man we are all familiar with. Is that true? So he finally arrived. Finally, you say. I don't think we are talking about the same guy here because, in my case, I'm talking about someone I don't even know the name of. So let's call him Roberto. Roberto has been known for his very famous, well-made, and well-edited, well-objectified videos. It seems like you're hinting at something. You got me there. I have been trying to keep it a secret, but here I am exposed. I wear diapers for old people. As Roberto was enjoying some time at church, which I have no explanation for, he noticed something weird, something off, about the statue right in front of him. Was it too dirty? Is that how far your brain has taken you? I meant something scary. Was it about to fall on someone? I will make it easy on you. The title of this clip says I caught her blinking, and then the face of the statue had eyes, which blinked. Should I give a graduation degree for understanding? Moving on, in Roberto's house, we can see he had to deal with even more terrifying and inexplicable stuff, such as that demon-looking woman who keeps appearing out of nowhere everywhere. How disrespectful to call his wife with such words. I wasn't talking about her, I meant a so-called real demon. She appears from the attic, from the sink, and from inside the cabinets. Or how about his daughter, who comes out of nothing? The hands on the glass too. That's supposed to be terrifying.
¿Qué quiere?
Ya tengo todo este pedazo listo, todo empacado. Ya ahorita solo me falta recoger lo que es la cama, el closet y pues ya para el... Listo. ¿Qué se hizo? Ay, Dios mío. Amy. Dios mío, por favor. ¿Qué quiere?
Te lo juro que yo vi que parpadeó.
Ya, silencio, guarda respeto.
Juro que yo ahorita lo vi.
Ahorita me dicen, ya, silencio.
Ahorita de todas maneras. Amor,
Ya.
lo grabé.
¿Qué quiere?
No. No, calma. Escucha, hágale suavecito. Espere, no hago. Hágale. ¡Uy,
I'm not here to debunk anyone. That's neither my job nor the purpose of this channel. But let's be all real here. That apparition of the demonic-looking face was poorly executed. It's not even stable in the shot, and the lighting doesn't match the footage. Now you might say, well, maybe that's because it's a demon. That's why it seems a little off. Well, let me tell you something, Timmy. If you keep thinking on that level of brainstorming, you might end up like those who didn't subscribe or watch the next video on screen.